Raphinha is being treated unfairly because, of course, if Barcelona signs Nico Williams, where will he play? Now, this is a player that had a really fantastic run for the team last season, but now they want to sign Nico Williams to replace him, really. As culés, as Barcelona fans, as a fan base, are we really that allergic to squad depth? There is one thing people keep forgetting about Raphinha. I said this half of the time in my analysis last season. Raphinha is the kind of player that prefers to play wide. He's the kind of player that plays better or enjoys his play when he is allowed to play wide, which is one of the reasons why we missed Balde when he was out on injury. Because in the absence of Balde, there was no way Raphinha could cut deep. There was no way Raphinha could go wide to enjoy himself, the way he always wants to do. Play freely and play wide, play centrally, cut deep and all of that. But because it was Gerard Martin on the left flank, Raphinha could not do this because, of course, we all know when Balde is up on the flank, when Balde is up in that left back position, what he does is he allows Raphinha his freedom to go to the center to play as wide as possible, while he single-handedly covers the whole left flank. So Nico Williams now coming to join Barcelona. If successfully Barcelona manages to pull that, if we manage to pull that deal, is not a bad thing. It's not even going to affect Raphinha in the first place. I made a short video after Spain went up against France, and I said I would love for Nico Williams to join Barcelona. Apart from the fact that he's a 1v1 expert, apart from the fact that, he has this great connection with Lamine Yamal and even Pedri already, which is going to make their link up play really, really progressive and tight to watch, right? Now, there's also the fact that Nico Williams is still young. So his addition to the squad is more than just an addition for us. Now, that aside, another thing is, he said it that if Nico Williams eventually joins Barcelona, imagine us having Joan Garcia in our goalpost, Lamine Yamal on the right wing, Nico Williams on the left, and Raphinha playing as a 10. As a 10. Now, the only question that should be valid in this conversation with Raphinha and Nico Williams should be the question of Dani Olmo. And that, if you ask me, it should not even still be a question because we all know Dani Olmo is an injury-prone player. He's always in and out. We know we can count the amount of times we had him play for us last season. Not to mention, Dani Olmo is a player that we can always have as a false nine when he's fit. But the truth is, at the end of the day, Dani Olmo is not a player that we can entirely rely on because of his injury. Yes, Dani Olmo is a very, very versatile player. He plays as a false nine. So it doesn't even stop Raphinha's play in any way. It doesn't disturb Raphinha playing. And the good thing is, see, when Lamine Yamal made a post, after the news made rounds on social media that Barcelona or Deco had met with Nico Williams' agents and they talked about him wanting to join Barcelona, and then people started shouting. And then Lamine Yamal went on to make the post to confirm this news. You know, a lot of persons came for Lamine Yamal. How would you do that to your fellow winger? This is the person that you had a good run with last season. What exactly are you guys expecting? Last season, we suffered because we did not have squad depth. We suffered because we did not have strength in our team. Now, there was nobody to give Raphinha rest. There was nobody to give Lamine Yamal rest. And we suffered a lot for this. Now, the thing is, if Barcelona should now eventually decide that we want to strengthen our squad, I don't see anything wrong with us strengthening the squad with a very good player that would not affect our run. Imagine getting a player that if we decide to give Lamine Yamal or Raphinha a rest, and those players have to come off the bench to fill in for them, but they're not giving the desired result. They're not able to play at the level to which, or at the level at which Raphinha and Lamine Yamal are actually playing. It's going to be a problem for our team. It's going to be a problem for our play. And we might even end up losing the particular game at that time. So it's understandable if Flick wants a world class, because yes, I'm going to tell you that to me, Nico Williams is a world class player. Not to mention, he's not even in his prime yet. He's still very young compared to Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz is somewhat 6 years older than Nico Williams. And before you know it, we have about 2 or 3 seasons with him, and then he starts to decline. But Nico Williams, under Hansi Flick is yet to be in his prime. He's still very young. He has this friendship. He has this cordial relationship with Lamine Yamal, which is going to make it easy for both of them to function together. He has a relationship with Pedri. Half of the Blaugrana players, which is going to be easy for the link-up play. Now, bringing him to the squad is not for competition. Bringing him to the squad is not for who is going to do this, who is he going to bench. No, bringing him to the squad is to strengthen the team. It is to ensure that we have enough squad depth, and we don't have to suffer the way we did last season. We also what fatigue did to us last season. We also how we suffered in the absence of body. We also how fatigued Raphinha was, how fatigued Lamine Yamal was. Pretty sure if we had legs that could fill in for these guys, there wouldn't have been any reason whatsoever for us to lose or for us to have problems the way we did last season. And then after Lamine Yamal made this post, people came for Lamine Yamal. Why would you do this? Is betrayal? Is this X and Z? Only for Raphinha to also now go on his official Facebook page to also post a picture of him and Nico Williams together in support of Lamine Yamal. Because you can only divide what you think you can divide. If you're going for Lamine Yamal because he's supporting a particular player that is supposedly coming to take his position, then why don't I support Lamine Yamal so you guys can know that I don't have problem with it? Not to mention, I've said it before. Can you guys not dream? Let us dream. We're allowed to dream. Joan Garcia as our goalie, Inigo Martinez and Kubarsi as our centre backs, Kunde as our right back, Alejandro Balde as the left back, then Pedri and Frankie De Jong, and Raphinha. Like I always say, I say this a lot. Raphinha plays best centrally, freely. And the fact that we fans are having issues with it, there is one thing I want you guys to remember that yes, it might bold as or it might seem to us like it's going to be a problem next season, or it might look to us like it might want to cost us. Ansi Fleet might have headaches about how to arrange the team, how to organize the squad. I'm pretty sure Hansi Flick already has it figured out. But then the question should be, the right question should be, will Barcelona be able to pull through with this deal? Because we all know Nico Williams right now, yes, he's crazy according to the media. He's so crazy to join Barcelona. So crazy that he has brought down his wages. He has cut down the wages he intends to receive in Barcelona compared to other clubs. And for other clubs, they are just secondary. His primary option to leave in Athletic Club is Barcelona. So he's so crazy to join Barcelona. Now, the thing is, even though he is crazy, even though he has done everything possible to ensure that he would be able to join Barcelona, or he wants to join Barcelona. The question should be, or the question is, will this deal pull through? Will this deal happen? His release clause is likely to, I think, is about 62 million euros, and we all know. We recently just played the release clause for Joan Garcia. Now the question is, will Barcelona? Of course, we know we have to go to La Liga first, deposit the money, then we can go on with this deal. But the question is, will Barcelona be able to pull through with this deal because of the money? Don't you forget that the relationship between Barcelona and Athletic Club is sour at the moment. And Athletic Club is the kind of club that wouldn't want to really, they do not like to release their key players because they know how difficult, they know how uneasy it is going to be for them to replace that particular player. And another rule of Athletic Club in signings, in player exchanges, yes, with other clubs, you can see them paying, you can see them paying the release clause in installments, X, Y, and Z. But the thing is, Athletic Club do not do that. Even if they were to do that for other teams, they wouldn't want to do that for FC Barcelona because the relationship between Athletic Club and Barcelona is, like I said, sour. So now, if we were to have a good relationship with them, we might say, okay, let's give you 20 million this season, then we'll give you another 20 next season, and then we'll balance you up, in the coming season. But this is not the kind of thing that might want to happen between Athletic Club and Barcelona. So now the first question that we should all ask ourselves, or the main questions that we should all be asking ourselves before we even bother ourselves with maybe Raphinha might be, maybe we are replacing Raphinha with Nico Williams, should be, will Barcelona be able to pull through with this deal? Because of the role, I mean, of course, we know the FFP, we all know how seriously it is affecting us at the moment from signing players. I know. But the question is, will we be able to pull through with this deal? Of course, this is part of the reason I did report the news earlier, but let's see how it goes. I mean, fingers are crossed. Let's see what the whole thing turns out to be. Nico Williams to Barcelona is a deal that I personally would queue for, and I am not sorry to say. Like I always clamor for longevity, I always clamor for connection. Everything is. I've never been one to believe, or I've never been one to agree to Luis Diaz's signing, most especially because of the money and everything. But if Barcelona can say they want to stick to 60 million for Luis Diaz, it's not because we have the money, it's because we know that Liverpool would allow us pay in installments. So if you're thinking if Barcelona has 60 million to pay for Luis Diaz, why can't they get that reduced clause for Nico Williams? It is because Athletic Club will not be willing to allow Barcelona pay in installments, which for us is a problem. But yeah, like I said, Nico Williams to Barcelona, if Deco manages to pull this off, I would come here to decry that brother for only God knows how long. Only, I'm not sorry to say, only God knows how long, because having two young lads on our wings, having a team filled with just young lads, with youngsters, imagine how long we are going to terrorize Europe for. Just imagine, just deep it. Just deep it. So this talks of where Nico Williams would and Lamine Yamal is not. I mean, you guys should stop pushing unnecessary narratives. You guys should stop trying to cause issues where there is none. Nico Williams to Barcelona is going to be really really grand. And you know the good thing, having a team having a squad where the players know that they have to compete for their sport is going to bring out the best in them. I, for one, am one for competition. Give me something to compete with. Let that thing. I mean, put me up for competition. Let it bring out the best in me. Frankie De Jong and Casado has to both compete for their spot next season. Gabi also has to compete. Fermin also. Ferran Torres has to come up and show. He has to come up and show us why we shouldn't think of getting another striker next season, even though that is not possible. We're still going for a striker, and Ferran Torres would always be a second option, unless, of course, he proves to us next season that he can be a starter. Anyways, let me know. I mean, I would really, really love to know your thoughts about Nico Williams coming to Barcelona. Do you think it's going to be a bad thing? Do you think it's? I mean, just let me know your thought about this in the comment section. And of course, please don't forget to like, share, and if you're new to this YouTube channel, please don't forget to subscribe and also turn on your notifications so you can get to know whenever I post a video. Your name remains at Dejoke at DBC. Like I said, let me know your thoughts about this in the comment section. And as always, Visca Barca, Visca El Catalonia. I'll see you guys again very, very soon. I love you guys so, so much. Bye.